on YouTube. Yeah, good morning, YouTube. One more time, Oswald here to bring you this immersion, only a conversation about something interesting, in my opinion. And before we start, just a quick advice about how Talk and Talk works. Here you can learn different language at the same time if you like. In using not only traditional language content to learn, but you can practice. Here is a good way to practice. You see that here you can speak what you think. We respect each other here and give space to for everyone practicing. It's the most important thing here, in my opinion. And yeah, I think and that we have some questions to help guide us in this conversation. And I'm here only as a facilitator, I would say, as host. We called host. Just to help guide us in this conversation. I'm not a teacher. All of us are students here. And yeah, that's it. Let's start with our presentation. Good morning, Christian. Camila, please, you was the first to join us, so go ahead, please.
Hello guys, good morning. It's a pleasure to be here. I think this video makes my day easy. I hope so. I don't know, or give me some motivation. I always love to start my day with this kind of message. So thank you, Osvaldo. My name is Camila. I am 40. I live in São Paulo, in the capital. It's so cold today here, guys, and but here we go to have an English conversation, right? Uh, I work as an accountant in an energy company. I am from the finance field for over 10 years, almost 50 to be honest. What else? I've been here in Talk and Talk as a speaker since March 24, and I became a host in July 24, an English host. And I'm here to practice my English speaking skills and my Spanish also. Sometimes I try to attend some Spanish immersion. And that's all. Thank you.
Yeah, I used to say that Camila and Andrea is a reference to me. I really appreciate their presence here, so I need to emphasize again, both of you are always welcome here, okay? I hope to see you every single immersion that I have, please. Thank you. Andrea, it's your turn.
Oh my gosh, Osvaldo, I get emotional now. Thank you for the words. So guys, good morning. My name is Andrea. I live in Guarujá, the coast of São Paulo. Today it's a good day. It's not so cold like in São Paulo, like Camila said, but it's rainy, so it's a little boring. I don't like when it's raining and I need to go to work. I like when it's raining and it's possible to be at home just watching TV, okay? What else? In my free time, I like listening to music, drink wine, cooking, and of course, studying English because I really need to improve my speaking skills. That's it about myself.
Great, great. Thank you, Andrea. My cousin, Michael, it's your turn, please.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, my cousin. Uh, I'm sorry because my camera on the notebook isn't working. I don't know why, but I'm Kylie. I'm 28 years old. I live in Goiânia, Goiás. Here it's a bit chilly here today. It's very nice. I work as a study coordinator in clinical trials, and I am a PhD student too. I started here in Talk and Talk in January um, to improve my English, and I think it's that. Thank you.
Thank you, Michaeli. I like your presence here as well because I know that you starting here for a little bit time, but your English is so good, okay? I need to say you that. So keep going, okay? And
Oh,
Christian,
thank you.
you're welcome. Christian, your turn, my friend. Good morning.
Sure. Good morning, guys. I am delighted to be here as always. So, for those who don't know me, my name is Christian Jimenez. I am Bolivian. I am from Bolivia. However, I currently live here in Brazil, in Curitiba, with my wife. I am married. I work in IT area, and I've been working in that field for almost 12 years. As a matter of fact, that's why I've been living here in Brazil because of my job. I moved here 3 years ago because I got hired by a Brazilian institution, so that's why we are living here. I started I started here my journey in Talk and Talk in 2022, if I am not wrong, as a student. After that, after 2 years, I became English host here, and nowadays I am French host as well. So I am trying to learn French here in the platform and as well on my own because I would like to move to another country. So that's why I'm trying so hard to improve not just my English as well my English. And that's it. A little bit about me, guys.
Thank you for our presentation, Christian. In your journey, I said to you another day, but it's important to say again, in my opinion. So, and a little bit about me, guys. I'm experienced guy. I worked in different fields during my journey, my life. I had a small business. I worked in IT, in infrastructure field. Um, I was broken. I had a old marriage that didn't work. I had two children about that marriage, and I live currently with my fiance and stepson. My fiance she's my life. She's live with me. She's my life. So my wife. I'm sorry, my wife. And today I'm doing different thing. I'm talking to you without headphone, you know. It's a challenge for me because we have to um, um, split our attention with our environment, you know. So currently I can see some car sounds, some airplane and train, you know. So if I make some mistake, I'm sorry. I'm pushing up. So I'm doing my best to, because it's the real life, you know. Not always is possible have control of our environment. So it's important to practice there. And I think it's a good opportunity to do that. And I work as software developer currently. I always forgotten to say, since pandemic by home, okay? And that's it about me. Let's start with the questions, guys. Andrea, could you start with the first question, please?
Yes, let's go. What strategies might help someone face their demons and grow their confidence? Oh my gosh, it's a good one. I think the first step we need to, I don't know, maybe do a self reflection about things that probably can uh, stop you, can stuck you. And then I always try. And for me, it works a lot. If I have a goal, of course, it's not every day that we get motivation, we get confidence. But if I have a goal, I try to visualize the result, like the
Yeah.
final result. And then it helps me to keep my motivation and, of course, be confident to achieve it, to pursue my dreams. So I always try do it. So I think it's a good strategy. Maybe first, of course, understand the possible reason that can stuck you, and then try to do it. To visualize yourself in the future.
Yeah, you said this, the main point, in my opinion, have a goal. I think it's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andrea. And how about you, Michaele? What do you have to say for us?
Yeah, I agree with Andrea. In my opinion, that's a million-dollar question. It's very difficult to answer because I'm very secure and I live with imposter syndrome every
It's my
day.
intention, you know?
Yeah. But I think that knowing yourself is the best way to face your demons. When you do that, it's necessary to reflect on your fears, understand why they exist, and propose solution to these problems. And about growing confidence, I believe that when you face your problems and solve them, you naturally build the confidence to keep going. So I think that it's difficult, but it's very necessary.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, example is I'm here listening you using speakers, you know. For me, like I said, it's a challenge because it's hard to keep maintain my I would say attention, only listening you. As you know, it's hard for a man listen and speak at the same time, you know. So listen two or three things, different things at the same time. It's more challenge for us for sure. Christians is here to agree with me, I'm sure. And that's it. And Christian, how about you?
So, guys, from my view, it's always important, firstly, to understand that you have like a trauma, understand that perhaps it's something that you have to face. And facing it in flesh, I would say that it would be the best strategy, even though we don't feel like comfortable doing it. For example, for me, being here is a challenge because I created a trauma with English when I was younger. I haven't never been like a good student in English, so I think that I started underestimated me in the past. And before my goals, because of my jobs, I started learning English again and doing it every single day, even though you feel that imposter syndrome or you're just feeling that you are not capable to do that. It's really painful, but yeah, it's necessary, as somebody said here in the room. So I think that it's firstly understand that you have a problem, and if you need professional help, it's okay to try to find it. Another thing that I would say that I completely agree, it's connecting it with a real goal. In my case, it's living in another country, in an English speaking country. That's why I started over again, and I try it again and again every single day. And the other one, I would say that it's surrounding yourself for a community with a community who that will support you. It's a community that perhaps it's try to seek in the same goal. In this case, it will be, for example, Talk and Talk. I have another communities as well, similar, but I'm gonna just mention Talk and Talk. So those are some strategies that I normally use.
Yeah, have a support community, your loved ones is so important for sure. And how about you, Camila?
Oh my gosh, what a difficult question. Uh, I have a look to be the last one because I can get some insights from the others. Just kidding, but I guess as Christian said, when we are in a group that we can share the same goals, this helps us a lot. And as Michael said, sometimes we feel so afraid about things here, about the imposter syndrome. Here in the platform, I remember my first immersion when the host said, "I'm gonna put the live on YouTube," and I had thought like, "Oh my gosh, why?" And for 1 minute passed through my mind, I will close my camera, but I was there and I am until now. So I guess this helps a lot. I always said here, this is not about the language. This is more than that. And we are here improving every day other things. It's not about English. We are here facing our demons every day. And this is another step of difficulty in life. Everyone got a different one challenge. And I guess this in the platform, we can try to understand ourselves better or to get insights to go ahead and face it, no matter the difficulty or the circumstance. So I guess this it's a good point here. You can develop other things without realize. We are here practicing English, and then we can see you are just improving other things, and we go becoming better. So I don't know if I answered, but I think so.
For sure, you answered, and I totally agree with you. And that's one of the most amazing thing here in Talking
Yeah.
Talk. It's guys, it's unbelievable for me. All of us here we have a good English level for sure. We can communicate in between us, and it's impossible imagine it to me. Some of us don't speak in English because all of us are able to do that, you know. So it's and besides that, here we can learn a lot of another skills at the same time. Like you said very well, Camila. I used to say that in my talk presentation. Here you can learn not only English but another important skills and know interesting people as well, because all of us have our personal background, and this environment enhances a lot. So yeah, it's amazing for me. And about me, guys, um, I used to face the challenges, you know. For example, to be like I said, to be here is a challenge. Yeah, these days I talked with a person that a teacher, English teacher, I would say, and he said to me that I'm a B2 level, you know. And it's not the first time that I've heard that, but it's always good to hear that, because uh, always I used to hear that, I feel more confident to do something that I want to do. For example, about games, I'd like to participate of international communities about it. And some weeks ago, I had there were a real racing event, and I decided to stay with ocean people, Australia, New Zealand, and so on, to watch a 6 hour of ace racing. You know, I decided to do that with fear, for sure. I was fear a lot, but it was fun for me. I said for a friend, oh, I could understand around of a half of percent what they said, you know. And for me, it's a victory for sure, because I invest a portion of my leisure time to practice my listening, for example, watching some lives, YouTube, and so on. And it's I would say recompensa. I forgot can I say recompensa? Recompensa. I'm sorry, girl, guys. Reward. I got a reward for me, it's a reward. So yeah, it's amazing. So it's to face. It's the most important thing is to face our demons, in my opinion, you know? And I would say, guys, um, a turn point about my current career. When I decided to study development, it was a turning point to me to see my abilities, and I could be able to become a developer, you know. And this as the same with English, of course. So that's it. And the second question, could you read and answer for us, Michaeli, please?
Yeah. If you never face your fears, what kind of opportunities would you miss in life? I think facing fears can influence a person's destiny, like you said before. This happens because the person tries new things and they might discover new interests, express different feelings, and even choose a new path in their lives. Even though I'm afraid of many things, I always try to step out of my comfort zone. It's a difficult path, but I think it's very interesting and reward me for me. And I think it's very important to do that.
For sure, for sure. And Christian, how about you, my friend?
Sure. From my view, I believe that yeah, if we don't learn how to face it, obviously we will learn a lot of things in the future. Something that make me feel afraid about it, that is not facing our demons, is that if I don't do that, perhaps I won't know, or I won't meet the version that I would like to be. So it's something that drive me every single morning to keep going. Another good example is, imagine if I didn't have the courage of talking to my wife at that time. It was just an acquaintance. I wouldn't have the opportunity to marry her. So yeah, if you start doing that kind of question in your head, you really realize how many things you could have lost, you could have lost, and the things that perhaps you will lose if you don't have the courage of face your demons. So yeah, it's something that we have to analyze, we have to understand. And unfortunately, some people don't like to go to the get out the comfort zone because of that discomfort that we feel. That I know that it's so painful. I don't like to be there, but it's necessary if we want to create that new version, or perhaps at least try something new.
For sure, for sure. And Camila, it's your turn.
Wow, I would miss great opportunities about job because since I start to study in English, every company that I worked was because the English background, like we always have some English interview, and thanks God I have contact with people abroad in these companies, and then this can help a lot when you just try to speak with them, have a great communication. Sometimes the position don't require English, but when you try to speak with someone and solve a problem in English, people don't expect it. This can be a good point for you. You go one step further, and people feel like, "But why you are? Oh, like you could solve it. Oh, nice. Good to know about it." Then for me, it's a good way to show that you are interesting, that you are that you want to be there, that you are into it with the company. So for me, it's a good one. I had a bad English, and since I don't know how many years ago, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and then when I start to study for sure, I could see the improvement about my career and relate to the companies that I work. Of course, the companies are from Brazil, but we have a global communication, so this helps a lot. Enjoy some meetings or have some calls to try to solve the others' problems or my personal problems. So for me, it's a big achievement in my career. And I guess this only could be able when I faced my fears and facing my demons. We have this expression here. So would be this about the professional way.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Guys, I don't know if I have something to add about your answers, because I'm going to be the last one, because now it's your turn, Andrea.
Yeah, guys, I think when we don't challenge, we don't face our fears, we will miss a lot of opportunities, you know, in our environmental work, even, I don't know, opportunities to grow in your life, like uh, do a trip, for example. I was thinking here, if I didn't have an English, you know, if I didn't speak in English, it would be possible for me to challenge myself and go to another country alone, as I said. And the most important point, I was alone with a bad English, but I faced my fear, you know, and it was my first trip abroad. And it was a turning point in my life because I could understand that, oh, I am capable to do everything that I want, you know. I just needed to trust in myself, to believe in myself, you know. And then, since then, I am putting so much effort to improve my English skills because I want to pass through this uh, experience more times and I want to be prepared for that, to have a good communication. And also, if an opportunity, a job opportunity, you know, comes, I will be prepared as well. And sometimes you just need to face the fear, you know, and forget about, oh, I am not prepared for that. No, just try, give yourself a try to do it. And you said, Oswald, about your when you accept to be host here. It's happened with me as well because when I received the invitation to be a host, I was thinking about, but for 2 or 3 years ahead, you know, maybe I want to become a host, but now I am not prepared. And then when I received this invite, I thought, oh my gosh, if I don't catch it now, maybe the opportunity you know just left and I will be like that. I will continuing with the fear of make mistakes, of expose myself. So when I catch this opportunity, everything changes in my life, guys. I am really confident. If I am not confident, I pretend to be, you know. So that's it.
Perfect. Perfect. Guys, yeah, I don't know why, but if when I got some opportunity to work or to live the language more deeply, I would say that will be a turning point for me because I used to say to feel that I feel I don't have a good result about English, you know. So that will be evidence that I got and I got it and I have a good English, you know. I don't know why, but I am a person that like to have evidence to yeah to I need to have a good experience, have a experience, not only about good or bad one, with English, you know. And for me, that will change when I got some job opportunity, you know, to use. Like Camila said about, I don't, I worked in some international companies along the way, but I didn't use English along this journey, you know. So yeah, uh, it's another good a good way to face my demos, I would say. And when I got opportunity for sure, I'm gonna have sure that I'm able to work in a international company with people around the world, you know. And yeah, that's it. Let's move on, guys, to the next one. Christian, could you start this discussions about the 30 question, please?
Sure, let me see. What could be the first step for to overcoming a deep fear? So the first one, as I already said, I think it's understand that you have a problem with that. The second one is try to face it. You can start from little. Um, I think that the most important tip that I would say is just do it, because when we overthink about it, it's the time that we start like doubting more about ourselves. So there is a technique that I learned from a TED Talk, that it's just counting down from three to one, and let's do it. Another one is like having a mantra. As well, I learned it from a TED Talk video. It's a mantra that a woman taught, that it was, oh, what the heck, I will do it anyway. Just thinking about that, you have to do it anyway. So there is not another option. You have no other chance to do something different. So you really have to say to face it. So the first one I would say is just count down from three to one and go ahead. You will realize that it was not that bad when you really will be doing that. Just thinking about it, it can be like difficult, but in the process, it's not like that. It's something a little bit smoothly. That's it.
That's it. And I would add you that count down three, two, one, and close our eyes. You know, I used to do that. Count and close my eyes. Because when I close our eyes, we can see deeply ourselves. You know. So yeah, that's it. Thank you, Christian. And Camila, it's your turn.
Good tip about closing the eyes, because I guess we can pay attention in our feelings, you know.
Yeah.
You cannot see around you. And another thing that I thinking here while I was listening to Christian, I guess it's about don't give too much power from the other's opinion. We always thinking about the other, but the thoughts or the opinion, and we spend a while until we can overcome this, and then the others are there just to judge, and no matter if you do or not. And then this is a good tip, maybe, because if you don't take care of, if you don't pay attention on it, you can put the effort in your development, and then you don't lose your time thinking about the other's life. So this could be a good one, I guess.
For sure, for sure. And Andrea?
Yeah, guys, I will continue saying about face the fear, because we need to uh, do the first step, and to do the first step, you need to face it. So there is no other way, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. And what do you do when you face a fear, Michaeli? What the first thing you do?
I think I recognize that you need help. I think it's very important. And probably schedule therapy.
Yeah, for sure,
Uh,
yeah.
yes, I think when you have a deep fear, it's probably associated with some kind of trauma. In some situations, only treatment with a therapist can truly help.
Yeah, I do therapy currently. I start seeing from around 2 months ago, I guess. And that's all useful, you know. Thank you, Michaeli. And about me, guys, yeah, I think the same thing Andrea said. I used to face a lot of time. I don't have sure if what is happening, you know, to me, but I just decide to face this challenge, you know. I can bring a lot of examples. One of them are my current, I'm working a new project, an important project in my current company that we have a short deadline to deliver that. But and I don't have a lot of experience with that technology, and I was invited to work with them, and I decided, oh, okay, let's do it. I'm going to do my best to deliver delivery during the time, I would say. And another thing, it's about experience that I had in a ocean community about racing, because currently I spend some time about this stuff. And yet, these two examples was I would say challenging for me, and I think it's important to face it for sure. I agree with you guys. And okay, let's move on to the next one. Camila, could you start this discussion, please?
Yeah, sure. How does past failure influence our ability to take risks in the future? I guess this could be a good opportunity to try again, maybe, right? When you have a failure, you can know how to change in this first chance to do something. So this cannot throws you or makes you give up about the situation, because I guess we are here every day failing about speaking English, and we move on and we try again and we try again. So I guess it's part of the process. Life is up and down, and we need to keep moving. Maybe if you continue in the process, you can become better. So and you know how to change. I guess this is the turning point. You have the answers. What I need to change here to be better. So I don't think a failure it's a bad feedback. Sometimes it could be an opportunity, I guess.
For sure, totally agree. Andrea, what's your opinion, please?
Yes, good point. Good point that Camila said. I think the same, I think sometimes, of course, that there are some things that we pass through that maybe can stuck us. I have already passed through this kind of situation, but we learn from them as well. So just needs to keep going, forget about the problems. I can do it, be more confident, and try it, because the life is made with from opportunities. You need to take risks. If you don't even try, you will not know, you'll never know about the results. So just keep going.
Yeah,
It's
and
hard. Yes, it's hard, but it's necessary.
yeah. And some of the most successful people in the world had already failed a lot along the life. So that's it. And my cousin Michaeli, what's your opinion?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think it influences us a lot. When we make mistakes, our confidence decrease, of course, and we create a lot of expectations. And when we fail, we feel disappointment with us. And because of that, we often avoid taking new risks, so we don't get frustrating again. I think it's all about that expectation and frustration.
For sure, for sure. And how about you, Christian?
I believe that this depends on the failure as well, because well, we were talking about our English skills. So, making mistakes here is not that bad. So I think that we can learn from that little or short traumas that we create for when we talk or we make mistakes. But I have a good example that made me like be a person who don't like to play risky. I prefer to play safe in a different context, that is investing my money, for example. In the past, I got scammed from a guy who was my partner. I used to sell cars in Bolivia. So I lost around $5,000 at that time. So it was like a trauma that I created in my mind. And nowadays, I don't. I am trying to overcome it emotionally, because economically I already did it. I already accepted that I've lost that money. But nowadays, trying to do that, or trying to like that kind of investment is so difficult to me. and not just for investment, as well for spending some money in different things that would be normal for me or for my family. I think twice before doing that, and I think that it's because I had that bad experience in the past. So I think for those kind of experiences, you need. I think that I will need perhaps professional assistance, perhaps, or I don't know how, but maybe with time, with therapy, I will overcome it. So yeah, it's and with that story, I would like to explain why it depends of how tricky was your experience, and it's not that easy to overcome it.
Oh man, that was boring. And I had the same experience like you, man. I invested a portion of my saved money in a trader. I was scammed, like you. I lost a big amount of money by the time for me, and I didn't give up, man. That experience showed me that I need to invest in more, I would say, regulated ways, regulated financial ventures. So currently I invest in stocks and let me see. I forgot the word. Let me check. Give a moment, please, guys. Fixed income. I currently invest in these two modalities, I would say. And so currently I have secure about that. If the bank would be broken, for example, I have governmental security, I would say. I forgot the name. Yeah, but I can share with you if you want, if you like, Christian. But I didn't give up. I think we need to change our mind to overcoming, like you said. Uh, yeah, I think that's it about that. And I don't know if I answered the question. Yeah, I answered the question. I don't used to give up when I fail. In my opinion, guys, failure is a turning point about everything out in our life. If I didn't failed along the way, I'm sure that I wasn't able to do what I do currently. So yeah, I think in my opinion, failure and productive feedback are some of the most important thing to grow up, I think that's it. And let's move on to the 5 question. I think it's my turn to start. If you had confronted one of your biggest fears earlier, how would it have changed in your life today? Mm. Yeah, guys, I can bring my example about my marriage. In my opinion, I spend a lot of time before to decide to cut tie that relationship. It was around of 30 years of relationship of my life. I started when I was a teenager, I would say. I was 17 years old when I started that relationship. And it was hard to me to cut ties because I've already had my first boy, my first son by the time, and I I lived a hell, to be honest. It was so hard, and I remember I decided to ask for help. I had around 4 or 5 therapists along for around of 6 months of my life. It was hard to me to understand the situation, by the time I learned a lot how to handle my future my future relationship. And the man that I became, I'm sure that past through that experience that I had. And yeah, I think that's it, guys. It's a little bit I think it's a good example. And Camila, yeah, it's your turn.
I would say about the language stuffs. Like I started studying English as adult. I think I already told this situation here. And all the time I was in a group of friends, and they say, "Oh, poor girl, you don't know nothing about English." When I try to use a word or a grammar expression, last week, I
What
guess.
friends you had?
Oh yeah, I was like, we are in a colleagues, I can say, because
Oh,
we are
okay.
working together. And once a girl asked me about the use of did in English, and
Mm-hmm.
I say, oh, I don't know what time I can use did or does or do. I was adult. We are working. We are colleagues.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Oh my God, poor girl, you don't know anything about English." So imagine how embarrassing was the situation.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yes, and then I always love to listen music in English. I am a huge fan of Backstreet Boys. I am from this app. I don't know this time. I can say,
You
and
need to
then
perform some Backstreet Boys for us, please.
oh come on. I guess if I could enjoy the opportunity to learn English when I was a kid, this could be totally different, my life, my path. But we cannot change anything, right? We have the right moment to pass some situation. But I guess I would say that I have some embarrassed situations in my life regarding English, and then I continue in the process. So I would say that it's not so easy to find a comfortable in a discomfortable situation. So that's all.
Yeah, it's about it. And André?
Yes, guys, I have a lot of things to share here, but I will just say about my confidence, maybe, because I used to depend a lot with the other's opinion, and I believe that it could stuck me in sometimes some decisions that I have made. And maybe if I had more confidence in the past, nowadays maybe my life would have done would have um, how can I say, would have became different. I don't know if it's the correct word.
That's fine.
Maybe I would get more opportunities, or I don't know, this kind of things, because of this, I am saying that we need to face our fears, guys. You know, don't let them stuck us because we lost a lot of opportunities, of course.
For sure, for sure. And Michaeli, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree with you, Andrea. I think I would more open to other opportunities. About me, to learn other languages is a good answer, but speaking in public is worse for me. I'm not over it yet.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. So that's a new challenge for you, Michaeli, because about English, you passed it for sure. And Christian, what do you think
Yes.
about?
Something that I always regret is not having started English before. As Camila, I started learning it as an adult. Even though my mom, she always wanted me to go to English classes when I was in the high school, and I always rejected that, and so it's something that I regret every single day. Another thing is underestimate myself because, as I already said, I have never been that brilliant student, neither in the high school, neither in the university. So I think that I created that mindset in myself. Even though I already had doing like things that I considered that was like remarkable, like studying by my own in the past. It's something that I didn't realize it until now that I am like I don't know how to say autodidact in English, but I nowadays I can learn things by my own. Obviously not by my own, obviously with information from an internet, but I can learn it easy. So it's something that I didn't realize before. Perhaps if I could have used it in my when I was younger, perhaps I wouldn't be like battling so much with English or with the technical skills in my current career or things like that. Yeah, it's something that I'm sure that it could have changed my life totally.
For sure, for sure. Guys, unfortunately, we don't have time for more discussion, but I need to say again, thank you so much to be here. It's always a pleasure to be all of you here. And I put two links on in the chat. The first one is about our survey, the second one is about our immersion. I used to rewatch myself, to evaluate what I need to improve. And I hope you do the same. It's a good way to improve our communication skills, okay? And have a good day, have a good week. And I hope to see you next Friday, okay? Bye bye, girls.